what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm, I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head, I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test, I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. See me right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the binoculars out in time.
Look, well, let's not stand on ceremony, mate. Let's start the show.
All right, all right. So let's get it. How y'all been? We are back at y'all with another video once again. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this pulled up right quick on the game for your boy. See, I need to do this right here. Okay, so countdown to Black Friday has officially begun, and they actually got quite a few things up in here. So absolutely dope. I went over to the forum page, and for some reason I cannot find this post there, but I looked for it earlier, and I was wondering, I didn't jump into the game to check the actual date that it dropped, but on the 5th. So let me see. Yeah. They're just calling it something different on the official forum page, and I don't think it includes the tier 4 stuff. It does have a lot of other stuff in there though that we will also chop it up about. But for this particular notice, large-scale promotions of bounties and gifts have been prepared for the Black Friday update. Participate in Black Friday countdown check-in event and obtain various growth materials, yada yada. Okay, so Black Friday 2025 countdown check-in event, and you see you got yourself a smatterings of tier 4 materials, a tier or transcendent selector, tier 2 selector, Odin's Blessing chest, and some tier 3 mats. Now, normally this thing would run like 28, 30 days, whatever the case, maybe more. They have significantly shortened at least this portion, because they would start this thing like, I think, a month and a half out from the update, and then one would be like 20 something days, and they would kind of overlap sometimes, and then the other one would. So yeah, they cutting this thing down to 9 days. So, and it's running from the 9th to the 18th. So you only have those 9 days. So do not miss out. All you have to do is log into the game. First 3 days, you get yourself the tier 3 mats. The next 3 days, you get yourself some gold, 5 million gold, actually, not a small amount. And then you get the tier 2 selector, which includes X-Men characters, 70 life seeds, 70 carbo, 70 soul of the foul team, which really could be like double that, but that's neither here nor there. D1, you get the Odin's Blessing chest, and then on D-Day, you get yourself the Transcended Potential selector, okay? But then also with Black Friday, let's go ahead and kill the music and shut this down. They got the exclusive offers, of course. All right, so this is not actually what I wanted to show you guys. Additionally, they should be giving out a tier 4 selector at some point, so stay tuned for that. This is over on the X page for Marvel Future Fight. So they will be doing that. They also have, you know, the epic fail quest, and you know, the actual good part about this update, which is the changes to ABL, ABX, and the addition of this infinite challenge mode, reforging guaranteed success rate changes, which apparently Godzillinator, if you're familiar with who he was, it was a while back. He was making a lot of videos, Marvel Future Fight, really good content creator. But he quit behind this whole success rate not being guaranteed. I think I was in that live stream, or I watched it post or something like that. And this dude rolled so many CTPs trying to get a freaking brilliant and did not. I mean, it was like literally over 100. So, you know, when Alex says that this is the whole reason why Godzillinator quit, he's not wrong. You know, that is just pure greed in monetization. But this is also why I tell people, when it comes to these games and spending money to try and compete, how far are you really willing to go? You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm not doing all that. I know going in, I'm not doing all that. Nothing is going to change my mind to make me do, you know, spend tens of thousands of dollars on a mobile game. Like, you got to be out your fucking mind. However, I do respect the players that do. If that's what you want to do, fine. Go ahead, do that. But, you know, I understand the need and the want to compete, but then also you also have to ask yourself too, what's the point of playing the game if you're not willing to grind for things, right? Now, unless they make those things near impossible to get, or just about, you know, otherwise. And in the beginning, it was like that with premium cards and CTPs. Hence the reason why a lot of players, including the likes of Godzillinator, stepped away from the game. And I get it. But like I said, man, You really have to ask yourself as a player, in all seriousness, how far you're willing to go in terms of how much you're willing to spend um, for entertainment value and purposes. You know what I mean? I'm a Stark Stash uh, sort of guy. You know what I mean? I'm a what do you call that? I'm an offer for agents mercenary. You know what I mean? Now, I do get it from a content creation standpoint of, hey, we need to hurry up and do this to review that or whatever the case may be. I get that. And the way that it started out for me, as far as like acquiring uniforms and shit like that, was I got into my mind, okay, if I really want to push something like Shadowland, a game mode where I can actually fuck with everybody, then all of these players need to be as viable as possible, right? Now, if they're working on a minimal level with the kind of uniform, okay, I'm cool with that. I didn't have to get Ancient One's male uniform. I was fine with rocking the female joint. What's up, Kenneth? Yeah, I was fine with rocking the female joint. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to stuff like that, you really got to ask yourself, like, how far are you willing to go when it comes down to, what you're willing to spend in the game? Just square biz. And that's content creation purposes aside. I don't understand from just a competitive aspect, because for me, it's like you're more so competing with wallet than you are with player, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? My voice sounds what? It's really feels sad. AI. Nah, I ain't no AI, bro. I don't know why it sounds like AI. Let me see. I am on a roadcaster. Maybe I need to adjust some shit. How about that? Let's see here. Now, I don't want to add artificial gain. Here, maybe that's it. Maybe it's too much artificial gain. How about that? um, let's see. How's that? That better? Maybe it's too much of that. Maybe that's what it is. Try bringing this down and not bring that down. How's that? That's kind of low. Hold up. Gotta do something else. I'll do that. There has that. Why not live? Why not live full screen though? You mean like why I'm not showing myself? Cause I don't like showing myself. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. Like AI. It's the first time I'm hearing that one. That's new on me. I wish I had an AI to go to work every day for me. Let's see an AI come up with that joke. Let's see this AI go punch that clock. I got a real job. Shit. I'm a real boy. Nah, but shit. I'm pleasure to meet you, bro. By the way, thanks for stopping by. I mean, hold up. Let me see here. I mean, I could see if you say it was AI right now. You know what I mean? Or maybe right now. You know. But yeah. Does this even work? Or do I gotta do some shit to fix the middies? Oh. Oh, it has an on-off switch. Okay. That's actually dope. I didn't know that. And I have to put it on the right mic.
That's what it is. Okay.
There we go. So that's why I wasn't getting the robot sound earlier. Didn't have it on the right mic.
Oh.
It's per MIDI. Okay. So, damn. Oh, this shit is annoying. Just to make all my fucking MIDI. Oh shit. Okay. Definitely a voice actor. Nah, I'm just an old ass man. That's all. Besides, I'm too country. I'm entirely too country. I'm hood country. With a touch of sophistication. Now, I do have a lot of processing going on. Let me turn off my processor so you can hear what I really sound like without all of it. This is what I sound like without all of the voice processing and all of that bullshit. I just like to bring my voice up, you know, and fill out some sort of stuff. That's all the voice processing. So I must admit, I need to start using this damn thing more, especially my MIDIs. I do got some stuff programmed in, but yeah, I need to do that. So I can see exactly what's going on. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's see, you're the second person I meet aside who has that deep a voice. Let me guess, you're from Mongolia. Can you say oh? Ooh. No, I'm not from Mongolia, bro. I'm from a city just outside of Dallas, Texas. But I'm an Eagles fan. So fuck them Cowboys. I meant that shit so much, I married a Cowboys fan. As daddy voice message settings. Yeah, I'm a pops 13 years in. One kid, one kid. Married 17 years. So, well, 16. 16. No, it feels longer. Like, damn, it's only been that long? Oh, that's where I left my pen. Okay, I need to take this to work with me tomorrow. I felt lost without it. I have a pen that I've been having for like 6 years, 7 years, some shit like that. It's the only damn writing utensil I use. That's wild. What's today live agenda? Are we seeing something amazing? Maybe not. I mean, I'm more of a casual player, but I know a lot about the game, if that makes sense. But I'm not really competitive. I compete against myself. You know what I mean? If I can do better than I was the day before, and I try to push that way, as opposed to, you know, trying to keep up with what most contemporary folks are doing in the game. Yeah, I use a lot of the same ABX, ABL teams and things of this nature. But I also like to get down in there in the roster. Let's see. Do I need to use any of these guys? Universal, male hero. I can use Thor for that. This thing says universal type. Okay, so let's say, and then human. Okay, human female. All right, we'll do that. Throw Heimdall out there just for shits and giggles. And do it now, actually. Because I've triggered the Frost Beast to come out. So he's going to keep coming out. Letting my boy stretch his legs. One thing, man. Shalabal, getting worth it. Is she worth getting? Have been wondering, should I get her before? I would wait until Black Friday and see if she goes on sale. If you want her, that would be my best advice. I don't know if she's necessarily worth it or not because she's one of the few characters that I don't have. I don't have the Eternals. I mean, not Eternals. The new Epic Quest, the Olympians Epic Quest pack yet. But aside from two of the characters, they're pretty much not that good. Yeah, that's who I'm missing. So really just the smatterings of characters. Of the ones that I am missing, I would say the ones that are worth investing in at all would be Shalabal, Hades, and Zeus. But that's kind of like with Hades and Zeus, you probably have characters that can do what they do better. And their time, if any, in the meta is going to be very, very short lived. I would be surprised if Zeus carries long term. And I don't think there's anything particularly enticing that you get from the Epic Quest. It's not as though you're getting Mcron crystals and Mcron shards from this thing that you can then convert into mythic cards to help with your card farming. So a lot to be desired with this Epic Quest with a $40 price tag. You know what I mean? Or 66 or 5,500 crystals, however you want to put it, with the rebate. So still got a few to go. So I mean, I'm slow boogie on the Epic Quest characters for now. I'm really more interested in Alliance Battle. Now, as far as what you were asking about, let me see if I got any boost points. As far as what you were asking about with Shala Ball, if you want to build her, she'll be decent for PvP. I don't think she's gonna be like top meta like that. I defeat her pretty handily. For the most part, in most situations. What was that new time team battle arena? I've run across her a few times, and you know I got folks that can deal with her if I need to. So, but she does make a solid addition to your PvP roster. She's definitely top 5 um, or so. And honestly, I would say maybe that 5 through 10 position is really fluid. So, you know, she could be in and out of the top 5 easily. You know what I mean? The other thing to take into account is none of the Epic Quest characters, along with Shala Ball or any of the other new characters they've been dropping lately, have uniforms. So unless they drop them and make them meta, they're going to be missing a uniform bonus. And they're also going to be missing, which is huge in some cases, and they're also going to be missing the 25-25 at minimum attack and defense, which is also huge. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to any character whose uniform that you've mythicked. And if you go in here, you see the tier 3 natives, that's a 40-40 buff on attack and defense. That is gigantic. On top of that, you get all of the stats depending on whether or not you have the uniforms. I am missing one right there. And then you get the passive buff. In this case, it's 5% additional pierce damage, which I think he came native pierce damage anyway, so they just moved it to the uniform passive. Skill damage, bonus damage, and you know, the excluding bosses ignores enemy damage decrease. So, you know, you can get some huge buffs on those uniform passives. I mean, even going to an older character but was meta at the time, you get an increased chain hit, skill damage, bonus damage, and crit damage over the cap. Along with the 25-25 that I was talking about with all the extra stats. That can be huge, like I said, depending on the character. So it's kind of difficult to compare a character like, say, Madeline Pryor to or Zeus to somebody like you know, any of the other characters, Epic Quest or otherwise, that have uniforms. It's just a lot missing. And that's tier 4 or otherwise. So kind of the nature of the beast there. What did I say? I said I was gonna look and see if I had any damn boost points, didn't I? And I do. All right. Black Friday countdown, baby. I wonder how many people are actually going to be spending money this Black Friday. Yeah, I mean, considering. So this is what I've been saying over here on this channel, and I don't think many people have echoed this sentiment. Oh damn, you've been blowing up the chat, haven't you? Let me get caught up right quick. And actually, let me turn off the search while I do, so I don't get booted. About Fantastic Four Deluxe Pack, a PvP player only, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense why you would want Shala Ball. Yeah, she would fill out your roster, bro. Definitely. But I would, like I said, wait until Black Friday, see if you can catch her on discount. At any rate, you'll be able to stack crystals. You shouldn't have to spend anything on this epic quest because, like I said, there's literally, nothing in there. You'd probably be getting bios for some character that's never going to get a uniform or some shit. So, and maybe some ISO and that sort of stuff. So, 66K for that, they can pretty much keep it. Almost got clipped there. I already hit this man with some one-hitter quitter. Oh, he done took out on me. They just wouldn't let me get out there, would they? You got me on that one. But that is Ghost Rider, so I'm not mad. Oh, and with with Zatanna lead, that's pretty strong. Okay, so we can get this out of the way right now. Couple of runs. Which uniform has the most AoE? For zombie survival, Ghost Rider, latest or his seasonal? The newest latest. The newest latest is going to have more survival. It's going to have more AoE. The attack is going to be comparable. The movement is going to be lacking because you're not going to have the V-pad on the second skill. So that's kind of the trade-off. But you'll definitely have more AoE, especially on the fourth skill and the fifth skill and the third skill. So yeah, I think at this point the seasonal uniform for Ghost Rider is, I'm not saying it still doesn't perform, it does, and it does its function well, but in terms of just overall, it's kind of obsolete. The older uniform, I mean, the newer one is better for PvP in just about every way. So Yep. This is gonna be somebody didn't connect. So welcome to Marvel Future Fight soundtrack. But go back to the lobby. You know what? Matter of fact, let me do this. Had to make one. Okay. You gonna ready up, bro? Hate having to tell people. That's gonna be the same thing. What kind of team does this dude got? Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey, Scarlet Witch. With Maddie lead, looks like. Yeah, that makes all the sense. Oh, let's pop off then. Oh, guess not. Wasted my tier 3 and my tier 4. Did my tier 4 build a tier 3 though? All right. Let's rock out. Oh, no. Something else must have built it. Well, let me get my ass back. All right. 2-minute solo from I got Venom. Not bad, not bad. Got one more run in me. Let's clean up the last of the souls. What are my plans for Black Friday? Working on my PvP deck for sure. Like if I can get enough P cards to finish that off, or at least get it, you know, where I want it, like going in that direction. You know, 16, 17, 18% Pierce, that sort of thing. If I can at least get it around there, I think I'll be okay. Probably not the Switch, but close. Especially depending on how much HP I have coming from my cards and defenses and all of that stuff. getting the qualities right, all of that. I straight whiffed on the third skill, but somebody's doing damage. Oh, still in there like that, huh? All right. Who's my competition? Miles? Still whiffed. Okay, he made me pay for it on that one with his tier 3, but I'm cool with that. Got it that time. We might actually catch him, folks. Whiffed on the 5th skill. Still got it in there, but might not be enough. Ooh, barely. Barely. Because he got the tier 3 off at the end. Sir, you won that by 50 million, 58 million, and some change. And only because I was whiffing on some of the skills. If it wasn't for that, yeah, we'd have murderized him. Murderized him. Let's go ahead and clear the. Let's clear the table. Inventory management system activated. Yeah, we can really sell all of that shit. Convert that bullshit. Oh, something interesting. Oh, something interesting. And just 915 essence just chilling right there. I ought to be ashamed of myself. Hey, got ourselves another HP, baby. All right, I'll take it. let's see. Is the new card PvP? No, it's PvE. Yeah, the PvP card that you should be concerning yourself with is the Marvel Zombies card. Yeah, I don't think a whole lot. I don't think a whole lot has changed as far as any of that goes. So this is the new card. It's all attack, all defense, and cooldown duration. I suppose you could adapt it for PvP, but you would be giving up the instinct attack. Additionally, I mean, I don't know. You could roll this thing, ignore defense. It has all resistance. Yeah, while resistance kind of sucks, for certain characters, all resistance ain't bad, but that's like strictly for elemental types, and there are no good elemental types in PvP right now. So it wouldn't serve a purpose really. Like ideally, you would want to roll this card, crit damage in the 6, maybe crit rate or crowd control in the 5, depending on how much crit rate you get. The proc and quality 7, typically, right? Something along those lines, because there's no additional attack stats on this card to speak of. And see, that's the other thing too. I don't think this card is really that good outside of the proc. Now that I'm looking at it, I mean, yeah, it's got some cool features, all resistance, crit damage, this sort of stuff. You know, why have all resist and then flame resist and then cold resist, right? They could have filled that with another stat like energy attack or physical attack, right? They chose not to do that purposefully. So, you know, or they could have put the physical attack or the energy attack with the proc and then given us the HP in a usable way. So I'm kind of torn on this card. There's no really clear-cut way to build this thing. And you also have to consider what you'd be giving up to push that instinct up. Now, I do understand instinct attack is huge, and 20% is not a small number. Maybe it could be kind of a flex card that works for either deck. If you build it defensively. Alternatively, you could roll ignore defense on this thing, and then that kind of helps you out as far as your ignore defense requirement that you won't need from other stats, and then you can roll them to something else. Which could kind of change your it could kind of change your overall either a roll on a particular card or, um, you know, having it in your deck entirely. Like something like this, you wouldn't be able to remove the ignore defense, right? So it could easily put you over the cap. Whereas something on like a crafted stat, well, I could re-roll this to something else that's useful, like physical defense or crowd control time, or maybe even some flame resist. So you got a few things that you can do. Um, whereas like I said, rolling it down here in a bottom stat, it gives you more, you have the flexibility because it's not a fixed option. Gives you more flexibility. Hell, it's designed that way. But yeah, that's all. Let's see. Boy, if you don't put Ghost Rider in there and stop playing, okay, it's male, so you need to rock my boy. Okay, you just not gonna do the third skill at all, huh? Gotta hate it. About time. Triggered the next proc with that mess. So now my proc is all gonna be all cattywampus. That's okay. I'll use the tier 3 to line it back up. There we go. There we go. A little bit off. Probably gonna trigger the next proc. There we go. Fall right on in. Didn't mean to do the second skill right there. Oop, there it is. All right. $10 million, not bad, not bad. And we get that 13 though. Come on. Not gonna get it. 12-5, 12-4. Probably gonna need a brilliant. Probably gonna need a brilliant to push. Definitely need better quality on my cards. That would not hurt at all. Let's see. Luna. Where is my super suit? There we go. Let's see. With HP roll and not the instinct prop. Like I said, it's kind of, like the whole point of that card is the instinct prop. You know what I mean? You can get that from a lot of other premium cards, except maybe the all resist, but you don't really need it. So then, the question becomes, how do you build that card? You know what I mean? You got all attack, all defense, cooldown. Okay, cool. Let's say you roll with the HP. All right, bet. Crowd control time. Maybe ignore defense. Maybe crit damage. Maybe some dodge. Because you're building it out for PvP. Like, if you're going to do that, bro, what I would do, and I've actually considered doing this, is you rock this card here with the HP proc, right? You rock this card here with also the HP proc, right? And then you go get this card right here, and it's not even a new premium card. It's very, very old. And I've often wondered if this works, but this card also has the HP proc. But if you notice, the activation rate is when dodging. Okay. The other two, you see that right there? Activation rate 5%, rate when dodging, 20% HP increase, 20% increase of HP for 15 seconds. Okay. If you check the other two, this one is when attacking. This one is when hit. So you could run a triple HP proc. I don't see why it shouldn't work. You know what I mean? I've thought about doing that. Like I said, you see, I pulled the other card off. So yeah, kind of made that decision. Like, yeah, we're not gonna rock with this. So I got to figure out what else I'm gonna do. And if you're wondering what that card was, it would have been this Black Widow card right here that's unlocked. Was the one that I had on, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna craft this thing up all the way. Yeah, it has HP in the top slot. Yeah, it has cooldown duration. Yeah, it has an all attack increase with an energy proc. But if I'm gonna do that, I might as well do it on a better card. Which means either getting the Luna Snow card and adapting it for PvP by rolling the HP right there in the top proc or in the fourth slot, and then rolling maybe something like the all defense or the recovery rate, and then the energy attack proc with the energy attack, all attack, and crit rate up top. So, yeah, I think that's just a lot better all around. So, yeah. And if I can get blue cooldown going across the top on at least 3 cards, then I won't need a card that has cooldown duration in the top slot at all. So that's kind of the idea that I was working, the premise that I was working with. But I would have to roll 3 blue cooldowns in order to make that work. Then I can just go ham on the bottom stats, and I don't need this, I don't need that. And if I can do the same thing with ignore defense, I'm so golden. Then I can give me some attack, some defense, HP. But like I said, it depends on what's where. Now, if it's sharing the same space with any of them stats, then we got a problem. And I think, matter of fact, let's go back one more time. I don't think these change across stats either. So that's HP. No ignore defense and none of that. Ignore defense is there. And then cooldown is there. So yeah, long as I'm rolling those 2 stats for at least 3 of them, then I can fill it out with HP, attack, defense, what have you. And then I don't need to run, cards like this with ignore defense and cooldown, or, that sort of thing that really frees you up to really get wild with your card set. Baby Spidey would probably become obsolete for me in a situation like that. This card would not, actually. Yeah, because I could roll energy attack and place it at ignore defense and just make this card better. So, and then the same is true of this card here, right? Because you got the all attack. That would be the cooldown that would put you over the top, let's say. And then you could roll this thing as the instinct, and then crit rate, crit damage. Just make it simple. I mean, that's the best case scenario on that card altogether. But yeah, let's run this shit. Stop jumping in and out. Yep, you are the next contestant on The Price is Right, sir. Come on down. Get him, Storm. Oh, wow. I missed the cancel. That storm got him a little bit too early. Whoa. Okay, we good now. Get him, Storm. Now I'll come back with the tier 3. Mm-mm. Here we go with the shits. Get him, Storm. Whoa. Yep. Where's the other one? All right. 6.5. Goddamn Dodge ISO. Those are fun. Wait a minute. Let's see what is going on. Oh, so nobody's debuffed. Okay. Well, if that's the case, you know what to do. Yeah, let's do that right there. Oh, 25 days? Oh, we got time to get Battlefield buffs then. Can't go wrong with the skill cooldown. Cool. All right, let's rock and roll. Forgot I had my little trusty stand right here. And hey, y'all give me 1 second. I'm finna go get a drink right quick and I'll be right back. Hold up. Yep, I figured it was on some funny style shit. There we go. All right, give me 1 sec. All right, we are back.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the binoculars out in time.
Look, well, let's not stand on ceremony, mate. Let's start the show.
Didn't mean to have that running, but yeah. We know how to cut it the right time. We getting our hat brought to us. Another world battle. Why is that? See if we can see what's going on. They're going in on Surfer immediately. Wow. That's astonishing. Yeah, I did not think they would be going in that hard on my boy like that. I guess maybe he is slid down the meta a bit, huh? Huh. Okay. Got the victory. Maybe it was some funny style shit going on. Maybe I need to go download data. It was just a major update. Yeah. It has been a lot of updates. All right, let's rock and roll. I was finna say I shouldn't be getting my ass whooped like that. Oh wow. They absolutely clapped Sentry and Surfer. But we still got the victory though. Maybe I should get Noel out there a little earlier because he needs a lot less startup time. Oh, we actually got off on Mephisto there with Wolverine before he got clapped. Okay, I can deal with that. That's a good trade. And clean it up with Surface Reflect. Yeah. Yeah, Surfer may need a little more startup time than Noel, so I may have to flip them for more consistency. Because Noel's second skill has a ridiculously short cooldown. So putting him out there early may be more advantageous. And then having Noel late with Wolverine or yeah, I think that's Wolverine's problem is he doesn't have enough startup time. And the immortality just isn't buying him enough. Yeah, so in situations like that, it winds up becoming a pinch, especially when you have type disadvantage. So let's do this. Oh, that. What league am I in? But the debuff isn't applying. I'm in platinum. I don't understand it. Let's see. Set team. Oh, there we go. Aliens and supervillains, huh? Could throw Thanos out there. We'll see how this does. Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, there we go. Thanks, brother. I'm sitting up here yamming away thinking y'all can hear me and you couldn't. My bad. Yep, it's a wrap. Okay, cool. Say pun in here already. Gonna take too long with any of them guys. Let's see. Speed, I should be able to use. Was it Speed Hero? Okay. Male villain. That's interesting. Yeah. Red Squad. They get a little damage reduction going on that guy and throw him in there. Ooh. New Mephisto. Meet old Mephisto. Oh wow, I got clipped. Are you serious? Think you're the only one that can transform? Ooh. Oh, word? All these damn stage effects. Oh, he does have a V-pad on there. That's what I thought. Wow. Wow. I swear, if it wasn't for the stage effects, not close enough. I got a first clear reward for something I already cleared. If I get a CTP out of it, I will not be upset at all. What is in there anyway? Let us check and see. Epic Quest so far, okay, P cards, regular P cards, regular chests. Not mad at it. Not really feeling it, honestly. But I was saying that before it even, like when I saw what it was, I was like, I understand, folks. You know, love for the characters and all of this stuff here. But for those in particular, I'm not really a fan. But that's just me. I mean, I'm gonna unlock the characters and build them and all of that stuff, but considering their lackluster also, am I really in a rush? And not really. So I'm slow boogie for real, as far as the Epic Quest is concerned. You know what I mean? Some beautiful scenery. Mount Olympus. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like I said, I've been one of the few channels to say it. Let's rock that. I've been one of the few channels to say it. This has been a lackluster year for characters, and it's been an excellent year for rewards and even on the outskirts, some game modes or introduction of new game modes, right? The improvements to ABX ABL, smashing. Okay. I think that's what's going to carry this update when the bad taste gets out of our mouth from the Epic Quest. And I think that's what this update is going to be remembered for. And I think it's going to carry long after, you know, people have completed the Epic Quest and forgot about those characters. So it's not really going to matter one way or the other. As far as those characters are concerned, much bigger ball drop with somebody like Doom or Apocalypse or the myriad of list of characters that, you know, they dropped the ball on coming out. So, and who knows, Zeus may get his tier 4 and destroy the meta. So at least there'll be, there would be that, but you know, hopefully they bring a rework, with the whole mid-month thing. I mean, if that's the case, then it would be a smash hit all the way around. But as it stands, I think it's going to be ABX ABL that's going to carry this. Team Battle Arena for the PvP fans of this game is a great game mode. being able to get tier 4 mats out of there is amazing, and the whole advent of particular shops that sell exclusive tier 4 materials, introduced in all of the PvP game modes, I think was a excellent idea to push that content. You know, for all its flaws, even Otherworld Battle, both of them are better than Timeline. Like, that's just flat out. One is kind of a throwback to Battle World Arena, but with some tweaks, and then the other is you know, slightly different. Personally, they could have done without the battlefield buffs and just done a straight kind of port sort of situation. But the buffs do make it interesting. If I can get through this century, I'll be all right. Even though it's an old uniform, it is still a tier 4 century. But yeah. So I kind of think that's what this year is going to be remembered for. You know what I mean? Game modes, freaking the 10,000 crystal giveaway, with another 5,000 crystals incoming, I think they said, with the with Black Friday or some shit like that. So like absolutely sick rewards. I mean, that's 15,000 crystals in 1 year right there. Just here you go. That is the value of almost 3 epic quests. That's not small. I mean, that's almost the value of 3 epic quests, bro. So I mean, yeah. another research mission. Something like clear ticket. Much of them shits I need. 20. And I got 2. So yeah. That's gonna be a slow burn too. Let's see what I get. Hopefully I'll get a CTP or nope, some BAM. Some daggum black antimatter. Oh, get my headphones back on. Here we go. But yeah, like, and with a little bit I've been playing, I'm 9% done. So yeah, it's not terribly long anyway. Yeah, I do need to complete this. So to work my way back this way. Get 15 more temporal energy. Three-star artifact. Cool. We'll pick up that short blast. Trying to work our way back to this without having to fight. Okay, I didn't think it was anything there. Okay. Let's rock out. That boy just cocked back and went, yep. All right. There we go. Yeah, this shouldn't take very long. There we go. And now I can spend that 120 watt. Nice. Yeah, I gotta turn that back on. If you're wondering why I keep turning the autoplay on and off, it's because in this particular game mode, now I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I go into a fight and I actually turn the autoplay off, it will. What is this? Another store? It will not save my team for the next fight. So I could go in here and manually play. Get the victory or whatever, but then when I go to the next fight, oh, it did have it auto selected. Okay. It wasn't doing that before. Okay, so that's actually cool. That must have been a bug or something. Because I was like, I could have swore. Yeah. So it auto selects them again. Okay, so that was a bug. But that was the workaround that I kind of found was leaving autoplay on, go in there, turn it off. Most characters, you really don't even have to worry about any of that. I just do it with Thanos because. Oh, okay. So I'm good with that. Four-star artifact for a worthless character. At least I got some essence out of that. That's where part of that 915 came from in the beginning of the stream. So another 170 with that. So that's 1,100 or almost 1,100. Oh, where did I get a 4-star blade from? I should have something better on Luna. Yeah. Is it the correct instinct, though? No, it's not. Oh. So we can go with the correct instinct for Luna now. That's not bad either. Not an upgrade, but an upgrade. Where the hell is Executioner? Damn it. Okay, I have a 5-star on him. Cool. I can use that as a reroll. And then what was the other one? Blade. Now here's the thing. I don't think Blade is ever going to be one of these characters where they come back and they go, okay, let's make his artifact good. But in the event that they do, I'm going to be kicking myself. Unless I get like a 5-star or some shit down the road. Hey, what up, Win? Welcome to the channel. I've not played this game in years. Yeah. Yeah, I still rock with it. Still have to do that damn thing. Pick up for the future pass. And yeah, we ain't running that back. Let's go ahead and get this World Boss Straggler out the way. This was the other one where I said I could run miles, didn't I? I need him some strikers now. Well, maybe not, but why? Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Yeah, he really hits hard then, huh? Oh yeah, half your whop in one whop. Oh, and he's fast. Hmm. He should be because he's a speed type, but hmm. Thought he was gonna let me blow past it. Hmm. Mm-mm. Beat you to the punch, literally. All right, world boss is Dunzo. So let's see here. We do need to knock this out for the week. Okay, no skills are restricted. Hold on. Let's what's happening here? Storm needs the damage reduction. Oh, yeah. Okay. They handled that readily, actually. All right. So far, so good. Let's pop off right here. Okay, nice. Cross them up. Hey, Gene, you got to handle that now. Hey, you just rolling up like a G, ain't you, Storm? But hey, 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 hey. Oh, no. Oh, it all fell apart. It all fell apart. She targeted everybody down there at the bottom. And, yeah. So that's kind of the trick, is when you get separated to kind of stay separated. Blast everything. Hmm. All right, then. All at the right time. Nice. Let's keep it pushing. Hit them with a one-time pop off. Hmm. Wow. It just completely fell apart right there, didn't it? I don't understand. Okay. How many more of these joints we gotta do? We got a few more. Hmm. Yeah, wipe all of that out. Wow, your tier 3 skills do not save you in this game mode. All right, I'm gonna turn it down to something that I should be able to comfortably autoplay. I hope. So I can at least get my runs out of the way. Yep, so far so good. But yeah, the plans for Black Friday definitely are to get the cards corrected, possibly get my hands on a couple CTPs of competition so we can test that out. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on at least one mighty veteran. That would also be nice. I would also be looking forward to the CTP trade-in event coming back and them adding the CTP of veteran to that for players that just want to grab one to mess around with it. I would be interested in that, honestly. Although it also doesn't speak well of the game that they've been giving away so much of like items that had long stayed premium for years, like a CTP a veteran. Or not premium, but ultra exclusive and rarefied. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely looking forward to a CTP trade-in event and them adding at the minimum a competition to that thing. Similar to how they did with Liberation. So I kind of haven't been worried because at the minimum, I should be able to trade in at least one Transcendence for a CTP of Liberation. I don't have another Brilliant to trade that I want to trade. So I'm just going to have to miss out on the Brilliant unless they tweak it to where I can give up like 2 Mighties for a Brilliant or some shit. I would be more than happy to do that. Like I would be so here for that. You know, bringing back the premium card quest, I think would be nice also, which means I should get underway under this one. So I don't miss out. You know what I mean? Okay, this should be the last one. So let's take the repeat function off. Now, yeah, she ain't able to get the tier 3 off. And the new mobs can't spawn fast enough. Hmm. Okay, so that was an extra. I knew it was gonna be the carbo. It's a little over 400 carbo to finish off the skills. Damn. He ate all them XP chips. Get this man a fresh 200 piece. Oh, didn't realize I had those. Okay, that works too. Let's go ahead and finish his uniform off as well. Can't believe his uniform is just as heroic. Yeah, I suppose. Really old uniform. Could have saved the XP chips, but not really worried about it. Sure. Mm, don't need that skill cooldown anymore. And really, I can do it like this. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a waste. Um, While the crit rate and the crit damage kind of a waste because he probably soft caps. Oh, y'all playing. Don't want to get out the 570s. Nope, 6+. Close enough. Yeah, that works a lot better. A lot more energy attack, or a little more. Optimized just a bit better. We'll get a few of these and then we'll go ahead and call it. Because your boy got a 9 to 5 to go to in a few hours. And we'll just run head to heads on those. Actually, and we'll let Wolverine handle the mystery meat. We'll get one or two. Oh, the combat typing. Can Magic pull it off? She does. Yo, clutch. Okay. Okay. Sentry was able to pull that off. Is the ignore dodge gonna be a factor? Everybody zeroed out. Hey, clean sweep bonus. Something is telling me I should go out on top. There's a Shala Ball team. Here, match it up. Throw my guy right there. Wolverine should be able to handle that, which leaves Surfer for the mystery meet. We'll see if he can handle this. Not looking too good. Okay, got Wolverine out the way. Can he hold up? Can he bounce? No, he can't bounce back. So almost makes me feel good about the rest of the matchups. That under those circumstances, I almost got the dub. His sentry actually got my sentry. In an old uniform. He should not win this fight, though. Yeah. Okay. We're running very comparable supports, but I think his is damaged to... okay, we're going to go ahead and call it there. It's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all once again. Y'all like, comment, share, sub, all of that good stuff down below. And it's been a pleasure hanging out. We will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such an